selfish, ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, dog pounders surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. Up it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. On first down, Swift. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down now, Swift. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 3rd and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, 10 Tucson, 57. I'm trying to collect.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. It's caught by Aguilar. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Open man has got it. It's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Completes it to Aguilar. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? As a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. So back at the midfield stripe now, they'll come up second and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This is taken around the 12. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now Johnson.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 6 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now Jackson. It's caught. Jones. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
A Hall of Fame coach once said, there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or two. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Now a give, right side. Swift. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, Swift. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. The throw taken in by Cole. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go with a keeper. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Check 49. Ready, go.
They'll look to throw. got an open man, Keelan Cole. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
33 yards that time.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the 1st down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, Johnson. He gets him moving forward again with an 8-yard run, but they'll still be left with 14 yards to go on 3rd.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Let's go. Let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down, Swift. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Swift. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. On 1st down now, a run with McKinnon. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 13-yard touchdown run. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Forced out to his left. This is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there and stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard of the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. From the gun, Jackson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Julio Jones there to make the grab. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here. He'll have a first down past the 40. Out to Cole on the right side. And all the way up to the 46. A gain there of 21 yards. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Ready, go.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders have recovered.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
Here we go. Secure. Tighten up. Pull together.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that one incomplete. They tried to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out to the right, here's McKinnon. And some room to run now. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Let's go. You go to base. You remember what we're on. Let's go, baby. 51 the mic, boy. 51. Let's go, D.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lamb. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll set up to throw. Screen play, Johnson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
You got it.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 29-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Second and 5. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Bradley Chubb able to run him down for a loss of a yard. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
Good job.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on fourth down. He's back to throw. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now McKinnon to start the drive. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Here again is McKinnon. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts As the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the toss, it's McKinnon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And they'll indeed take a knee.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Sample, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, I'll deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can call for the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash. Honey, y'all dash.
And New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none. But if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg, and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard. My team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it.